Hi there, everyone. Tom Funk here again with another web tutorial. Today, we're going to share with you loop hikes that are backpackable. And before we get going, I encourage you to subscribe to my YouTube page. I am on a quest to get 1,000 subscribers. Down here in the right hand corner, it should be a little logo. It says subscribe here. So please click on that and follow along. And click on notifications as I'll be adding more of these as we go on in time. Anyways, let's get started here. We're going to go on over to the Michigan hiking and backpacking page. In a previous tutorial, I shared with you the files section and we talked about dispersed camping. So let's go to the files section again. And here we are, files, and we'll scroll down and we are looking for backpackable loops right here. This will open up. Then you got to click on the actual article, and this will open up. And hey, there I am hiking in the boundary waters on the border route trail. How about that? So here we go, loop hikes. I think most of us are familiar with the three most popular backpackable loops, and those are the Manistee River Loop, the Jordan River Loop, and the Fife Lake Loop. What I'm going to do is bring you over to the North Country Trail website and show you some ways you can loop hike chunks of the North Country Trail. There are plenty of opportunities to do loop hikes, so don't think you just have to do the Fife Lake, Manistee Loop, or Jordan Loop. So let's go on over to the North Country Trail, and I'll scroll out a little bit, show you my favorite segment, which is the Trap Hills. This is right here off to the west, the Porcupine Mountains. Lots of loop opportunities there, but those are really popular. So we're going to focus on the less popular ones. So if you look, you'll see over here on the left, you'll see this little dotted line with a P, and over here you see a dotted line as well. If you can actually close these off and make a loop, you can close this one off, make a loop as well, and then you have the trail in between. That is what we call a barbell loop. So you have a loop on both ends and then a bar in the middle. If you zoom in over here, this is actually a parking area that brings you to a Peregrine Falcon hacking site. And so what you'll do is you'll park here or park here, because it doesn't really matter. You'll have to hike a little bit of this road, which is barely used. Then you have a nice little loop. So this could be a nice one night out. Or continue on hiking the North Country Trail through the Trap Hills, and you'll come to another opportunity to do a loop. And you can see, keep going here. This is actually a spur trail that comes off of Victoria Road. And Victoria Road is a seldom used, rutted, cobbly gravel road. And I actually did a loop on this once, and I saw no vehicles when I was out there. This was actually a Memorial Day weekend one year. So you can park here, and then you can just do this loop. And there's actually a parking spot right there as well. It's not showing up on the map, but again, this is a nice. Probably you could do probably 3 nights, maybe 4. Plenty of parking opportunities to start and go from wherever you wish. This is a loop opportunity, and we call this again a barbell. And the Trap Hills is a beautiful segment. I like to tell everyone that's my favorite segment in Michigan to hike the North Country Trail. So let's go on over here to the east. And Pictured Rocks, very popular for backpackers. However, there are 2 loop areas that you can utilize. The first one is right here. This is the Grand Portal Loop, sometimes called Michigan's best day hike. It's just a touch over 10 miles. And then over here, you have the Beaver Lake. So again, another barbell opportunity. You can park right here at the trailhead for Mosquito and Chapel. You can also park at the campground for the Beaver Lake car camp. You could just stick to a loop if you want, or stick to this loop, make a barbell, or do what I did is I parked here and I actually packed all the way over yonder, spent the night, and then we came all the way back. So we actually started here, camped at Chapel, camped at Coves, came back, camped at Mosquito, and then ended our trip. So Most people want to hike the whole stretch between Munising and Grand Marais, but sometimes permits don't work out or you just don't have enough time. There are a couple of loop hike opportunities there. Another spot that doesn't get much love is Tahquamenon Falls State Park. There's a nice loop system here at the heart of the park. It's not showing all the trails, but right here there's a trail that connects. It's actually a road, but you can use it as a trail. And you can see there's a not back. This is a modern campground here. There's actually a back country site right here. Some folks will park over here on County Road 500. They'll hike in, make loops, and then come back. And there is another backcountry site down here on the Tahquamenon River. So, 15 years ago when I started doing my thing on the UP, very few people were even day hiking these loops, and I see more and more backpackers now using this. But this is a little underutilized loop system. So let's continue down. And before we go into the Lower Peninsula, I do want to mention you can make loops out of the North Country Trail and Forest Service roads. Get your hands on a Forest Service road map, and there are so many roads in these national forests that see very little vehicle traffic. Totally doable. Will take some research. A lot of people, I'll tell you, they make loops using their fat bikes and their mountain bikes in this area. You can certainly do it with the trail as well. So let's cross into the Lower Peninsula and see what that has to offer us. We get down here towards Cadillac, and we have the Fife Lake Loop. That's the one that I mentioned is very popular. But hey, look at this. Look at this network. This is actually the TART network over here. It connects into the Shore to Shore and North Country Trail. The gray dotted line is the horse trail. The red line is the North Country Trail. This is hiking trail over here in the TART. And you can make one heck of an adventure and rarely hike the same trail twice if you incorporate the Fife Lake in as well. So if you hike the Fife Lake loop, you can make a loop, and then you come on up here, and then you can zigzag around all you want. The only trail you really hike twice is just the connector between the two. So this is another one. Tons of people hiking Fife Lake. I don't know if I've ever seen anybody say they've hiked this network of trails right here. And there's quite a few miles of it. And it's a beautiful stretch of the North Country Trail. One final place I will mention is in the southern Lower Peninsula. This is for our Grand Rapids peeps. A lot of members on Michigan Hiking and Backpacking. There's also a West Michigan Hiking and Backpacking page. But we will go into Barry County, my most recent home. And we'll go to the Yankee Springs Recreation Area. Now, on this map, doesn't show all the trails, but the North Country Trail does go through here. I want to point out that there is a modern campground right here. There's also a rustic campground right here, and there's actually a private campground right there. And the trail actually loops from the deep lake along this way and up Bassett Lake Road. So what I tell folks to do, and I've done this, is you park up here somewhere and make this into a lollipop. So this is the stem of a lollipop, and then you have a big old loop in here. So you hike in. I tell folks to go to the modern campground, then hike over to the rustic campground, and then hike back to your car. So this is a 3-day, 2-night, totally backpackable modern campground. It's a beautiful segment of trail. It's pretty rugged and hilly. I am really surprised that more people do not use this for backpacking. Tons of day hiking in there, of course, but not much backpacking. So again, to find this file, you're going to go to Michigan Hiking and Backpacking. You will click on the files link. If you're on your phone watching this, you have to, when you go to the hiking backpacking page on your phone, you're going to have to swipe a little bit to get over to the files. You click on the files, brings you there. All right, thank you for joining me for another web tutorial. This is Tom Funk, and make sure to follow my Tom Funk Worldly Adventures page. Click on the logo at the bottom right, and click on notifications if you want to get future notifications on other videos And I'll probably be making these once a week or greater for the near future. Thanks for joining. See you later. Thank you very much.